From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, Indiana legislative session is slated to adjourn by the end of April. Could go longer with the budget. But as lawmakers work, business owners may want to think about how they would handle moves the State House might make. JAMAR COBB offers insights on how you can prepare yourself and your employees for change, expected or otherwise.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
Today, the beverage aisle looks a lot different than it used to. America's beverage companies are working together. We're delivering the options everyone wants. In fact, nearly 60% of beverages Americans buy have zero sugar. You'll find more variety than ever, including more of your favorites, now available with zero sugar. You'll also find more sizes and clear calorie information on the front of every can, bottle, and pack. We know when it comes to finding balance, the more choices, the better.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities, Accounting and Bookkeeping.
So the first thing to consider, especially when we think about what's coming and what could change in 2025, is that the only thing that's consistent is that change is consistent. So you can expect something to change as we go through and into the new year. So planning for change and anticipating what things could change. Is it government regulation? Is it pricing of some of your materials? Is it employees that are working in the business now? What could happen and what kind of plan are you making on the coulds and shoulds? So the question is your business protected if you make changes in that business? That's a great question for an attorney, and we've mentioned in other segments and broadcasts that you should have a team of advisors around you, CPA, attorney, wealth manager, business broker, insurance person, etc. So if there are changes coming up for the business, before the change is made, give that attorney a quick call. It'll be worth the $100 or $200 that you pay for the advice to make sure that the business is in good standing as it moves forward with those anticipated changes. So a couple plans that employers can use to make sure that they've got great teams, great processes, great people, great clients, and they can continue with all of them. Number one is to develop systems. And the easiest way to think about systems is to document everything that's done for every job. That can be a little tedious. There are consultants that can come in and do all that documentation for a business owner, but that ensures that no matter who is at the helm of any particular role in the company, that somebody else can step in and continue that role. Another thing that many employers do is make sure that there's redundancy in hiring. So not necessarily that they're hiring two people that can do the same thing and over-hiring, but they know that they've got people on the team who have multifaceted skills and talents and abilities that can jump into a new role if somebody decides to leave quickly. The same thing happens with customers. Customer concentration is a big deal. So if you've got 40% of your business coming from one client, and that client leaves, goes out of business, chooses a new vendor, that is a big risk for a small business. Same thing with suppliers and vendors. What happens if that supplier vendor goes out of business or they take too long to pay, right? At the end of the day, that could be detrimental to the business. It can even destroy your business. So ensuring that there are plans and redundancies and systems around the people that are there, as well as customers, as well as suppliers and vendors, can ensure stability in a business for next year. So as business owners think about themselves in the business and what to do in case they get sick or disabled or a litany of other what ifs, right? So ensuring that there's a team around every business owner of competent leaders, managers, general managers, presidents, etc., vice presidents that can continue running the business without that owner is vital. Now, it'll take some development of those people. It'll take documenting the systems. It'll take going away sometimes to see what happens when that owner's gone. I've got a colleague who actually decided to take a 1-month sabbatical, and her question was, is my business still going to be there when I got back? And she found that her people did a great job. They were developed. They had a gain or increase in confidence as a result, and there was nothing lost in the business because the owner was gone. Now, she did a lot of the work that I talked about before, but a good plan for a business owner not being there is to make sure that there's people around, that they're trained, there's good systems, and then to practice that plan. Some of the most important things as we consider planning for 2025 is to plan for change, to know that some of those changes will come and have contingency plans for them as well. Practicing change, communicating with the team members and making sure that they're trained well, and also developing systems so that the business can begin to run on its own are all very important pieces of a successful year.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities Podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.